I want to apologize to the at least 28 people who saw the original Pod Home walkthrough video. I don't know what happened. I know part of it is I downloaded the 12-minute unedited version, but that doesn't explain why it got stuck in the lobby. Want to make a special thanks to Mr. DJ for pointing that out for me. I don't know how that part happened. I really don't. However, the corrected version is up. Please watch it. The whole point is saving lives no matter what. There will always be some people who just don't want to come in from the cold. Okay, fine. Okay, you're happy there. We can't make you do anything. One of the core tenets of Pod Home is as few barriers to entry as possible so that as many people come in as can be. All right. Um, at the end of the day, if you really don't want to come in, forcing you to come in is not going to help you any. All right. That's why, however, there's this alcohol and drug abuse flexibility, as I prefer to think of it. All right. I know there are people out there who are addicted to drugs and on the streets. Um, a very alarming statistic is as many as 50%, possibly. That's the number I got. I know it's at least 25. Um, became addicted after they became homeless. There's more than one reason for this, right? Some they just want to check out for a little while and say, you know what, fuck this world. I'm gone for a couple hours. Some are, and it's the meth, all right? It's the homeless meth users. They're trying to stay up for 3 and 4 days at a time so that they can't be robbed, raped, and murdered in their sleep, all right? Roughly half of them are using drugs to commit suicide. They're trying to kill themselves to escape the environment that they're in. And that's one of the greatest tragedies because I do know one of those names. His name was James. He lost his job back in 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. I met him when I was homeless. And he told me straight up that he was just doing it because he knew if he did it enough, sooner or later, he would die of an overdose. More recent events have inspired me to start taking this subject a lot more seriously. If you know, you know. It is an absolute disgusting tragedy that we're allowing this to happen. I know a lot of people say, oh, but my tax dollars. Your tax dollars were going to get spent anyway. Would you rather they be wasted on uh, something that has nothing to do with anything? Or would you rather they're used to get people who could be paying taxes again back into society where they belong? That's a decision I guess you have to make. All right. My purpose is to save lives. This pod home side, the other side, my personal side, it really is to save as many lives as I can. And that's why I am here. So I'm not asking you for money. I don't want money. Do not give Pod Home money. Anybody that says they're collecting money for Pod Home is lying. I made a decision a long time ago. The only money that will be given to Pod Home will be by me, from me. It's conceivable someday I may have to fly to Amsterdam to give a presentation. Well, I'm going to be paying that plane ticket out of my own pocket because I didn't want to put anybody into a position where they could say, "Oh, look, Podhome is collecting millions of dollars, and what are they doing with it?" And conjuring a scandal where it never existed. Well, now it can't possibly exist. Podhome has a checking account with $50 in it. Where did all the money go? Well, that's a great question. I can tell you exactly where it came from because I put it in there by transferring it from my personal account to the Podhome account. There isn't a Podhome business checking account. It doesn't exist. But theoretically, it could, and you could track exactly where that money came from because it all came from one person. What I'm asking you for is to go to your elected officials and say, "Hey, this is an idea. I think we should try it." Even if it's very small scale, tell the whole world the truth. I know that veterans and military are our social guinea pigs. We always test social theories on our military first. Fine. We're going to test Podhome on veterans, homeless veterans. I'll go one little step further. Preference to female homeless veterans. Fine. Okay, great. As the veterans go through this, because we can endure things that most people can't, we've endured a lot worse than this. This little box that we have to sleep in, right? We will, us veterans, will figure out what needs to be fixed, what the problems were, where they were, how to fix them. Hell, I can imagine that the first large scale pod home will be staffed by veterans because they literally live down on the lower decks because they were there first. And they were the ones that said, "Hey, these doors aren't working." And my training in the Army, the Navy, the whatever, tells me the reason these doors are jamming is it's a programming glitch or a hardware incompatibility or something. And they're standing right there and they fix it on the spot, which actually will be slightly a slight problem because we need a record of those repairs, those modifications. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me go back and take a look and see what I did. That's the thing with us, unfortunately. I'm asking you to go to your local elected officials, right? City and county, and say, "This is an idea and I think we should try it." Thank you.